Bro, go inside, go inside, go inside. Protect it. Protect it, protect it. Go inside. Oh, what is this? He's got a better run. He's got a better run. Yeah, baby, let's go.
Yeah, and so whatever they're doing in this LO206 class, boy, it makes for some exciting race. So if you're watching at home, viewers, whether it's on Facebook Live or YouTube, thanks for joining us today here at Atlanta Motorsports Park for round 6 of the Kart Championship Series. You should be in for a good one here, and I'm hoping that Saddington and Giglio will have a replay of what they did in their race earlier today.
John, I think we've been here. I think this is our third year here doing this at Atlanta Motorsports Park, and we've seen so many of these drivers. Even though they're young drivers, we've watched them for 3 years now, and we've seen how their prowess on the racetrack has gotten better and better. And it's exciting to watch them now. As we get ready to come to green, they're bringing it off 17 down to the start zone. Let's see if we get a good green flag start from these drivers. Let's check out our green. Yes, we got a green. We're underway. Let's check them out as they go to turn number 1.
Looks like the driver that had the red valence on what we'll call the outside got the jump through turn number 1. And we'll have to check numbers to see if that's Giglio or it's Saddington, as we have them getting a little wide. So one car gets about a 3-kart length lead up the hill.
And if I'm not mistaken, Saddington has a white helmet. But now I may be wrong. We'll check them out as they go by next time. I believe that may be Nybert that's in the lead right now. I'm not sure about that. We'll find out if it's going to be Saddington.
That might be Giglio's colors. We will see once again his timing and scoring when they come around. So once again, LO206 Cadets. These are 5.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton 4-stroke engines that they have. That gives them that low rumble compared to the sort of chainsaw whine that we'll get a little later today. These Cadets run the green slide, which just basically makes it so they can't use as much of the throttle as they'll use in the junior or the senior master classes.
I believe that's Giglio. I think we are going to see him come by first. Giglio with that red and white fairing on the front of his kart. Giglio will come by. He will lead lap number 1. Joseph Saddington in second spot. Oliver Nybert is in third in the 10 car. Then it's Lincoln Massey in the number 7, who is in fourth position, as those two cars for second and third, or third and fourth, that is, battle very hard.
Giglio 2 seconds already today in pre-finals. He has to be brooding how he can find a little more speed, because I don't think he wants to be the bridesmaid once again. Right now, he's in the spot he wants to be, first place in our cadet final.
Yeah, Giglio leads this one right now. He's got a handy lead over Saddington at the moment. Of course, as we know, that can evaporate at any point. Giglio leads him up through the S's right now. He's heading up to turn 14. We're working lap number 2 of the 12 for our drivers in the LO206 Cadet division. We need to get LO206 senior and junior to the staging area. LO206, check that, tag senior and tag junior. We need to get you to the staging area.
Looks like a battle for the lead with Saddington taking a dive to the inside, and that white helmeted driver is to the lead, so moves Saddington to the point. Although at the line, Giglio was officially scored as the leader on the third lap here. Saddington to the lead by, we'll call it a foot, over Giglio as they work through turn 4.
Luke has got to be saying, what the heck? I had this lead. I had it handily over Saddington, and now he finds himself right behind him in his tire tracks as they head to turn number 9. Luke Giglio trying to wrestle that lead back away from Joseph Saddington.
On the last lap around turn 9, you could really see Giglio sawing at the wheel. You can note in comparison, Saddington does that set it and forget it. Arms very stable, which is the indication of a well-handling kart. When you see drivers sawing on the wheel, that means they're either tight or loose and they're having to make a bunch of corrections. It's better for the kart and better for the tires if the driver doesn't have to move their arms too much once they start turning. And there you can see that Saddington seems to have a smooth handle as he puts lap number 3 on the board.
John, you mentioned that earlier today. You normally don't see the hands of the drivers working that much. Occasionally in our area of racing, we'll see a topless race come along every once in a while when they'll cut the tops off of full-bodied race cars, and you can actually see the drivers and their hand motions. But with these drivers, you see everything that's going on in the cockpit, and you do see that sawing of the hands, and especially saw that from Giglio. Right now, Giglio works up on the back of Saddington as they head down into turn number 9. It's Giglio trying to get that lead once again, but Saddington brings it cleanly through that and up the S's. So Joseph Saddington hangs on to the top spot.
And again, you could see Giglio having to work on that wheel. Charles, it's in the sprint cars and midgets where you can really see drivers working more inside the cabin, because you can see in the side, the left side at least, and you can see Giglio having to saw away at that wheel. And once again, maybe something just off a little bit in the handle. And for now, Saddington opens up just a bit of daylight. And then it's a gap back to Nybert, who is in third place. And as they come across the line, just 0.2 of a second between our top two, and then it's 4.5 seconds back to third.
Yeah, and Massey just a little bit behind them, so not much going on between Nybert and Massey. They've got quite a distance between them, and of course it's a ways back from Giglio back to Nybert also. But those two drivers out front go through the kink down there, the fastest part of the racetrack. They have to brake hard going into 9. There you see Giglio right up on the back bumper of Saddington, and they've got a slower car they've got to contend with as they come through the S's.
Looks like that might be Kyle Farrell, as both our drivers sweep by Farrell. So Farrell will go a lap down. Saddington continues to lead. We're going to go 12 laps here, so we get a couple of bonus laps from what we had earlier today. And once again, it just seems like second verse, same as the first. Giglio still chasing after Saddington.
Giglio right in Saddington's tire tracks. They bring it off 17. They head down to start finish. Will be 5 laps this time by. It'll be cross flags next time around. Giglio took a quick look. Did you see that? He took a quick look to the inside of Saddington. Cannot make the move. Now he tries to cut back in, but that is not a good passing spot as you try to go up off turn 2.
In the pre-final, Saddington was in the bridesmaid spot much of the race, but was able to make a late pass, really off the last corner to get by Giglio. Now we see Giglio, at least right now, content just to push Saddington down to turn 9. You have to wonder, as the laps wind down and the tension ratchets upward, I think we're going to start to see Giglio not just push. He's going to look to push past.
And John, at that time, as they went into turn 9, I almost got the impression that Giglio wanted to maybe take a little shot and go to the inside, and he decided the last minute not to and pull back in single file. So it's possible he's trying to set that up for a late lap pass.
Well, and also, drivers can get penalties if they absolutely just go into a corner and just dive bomb someone or take someone out. So you have to figure out how to get by clean. These LO206s are very equal karts, and we've seen it in all 3 of the divisions. And once again, we're seeing it here in this final. Giglio right in the tire tracks of Saddington up the hill.
And they both seem to go on those rumble strips about the same amount as they work their way off turn 3 and then into 4. They hit those rumble strips exactly in the same spot. This is where Giglio tries to look to the inside.
That's
he comes up. It's a bump draft.
Yeah.
He pops Saddington that time as they come out of turn number 8. They go into 9. It's still Saddington, your leader, with Giglio right behind him, still in the tire tracks. You got to think at some point Giglio is going to try to make a move.
Boy, I wish we had access to Giglio's GoPro live here to see these two go at it. As once again, Giglio's right to the rear bumper of Saddington down into 16, and then a little bit of daylight open. So Giglio has to be mentally going through his list of notes. What can he do to get by Saddington, as 7 are on the board, only 5 more to go?
He would not want to mount that GoPro on the front of the cart because it might be non-existent at this point, because I do believe there's been some contact there. But anyway, you saw Saddington take a quick look behind him, say, "Luke, where are you, son?" And he's close. So they close in once again. A little bit of distance between them now. 2 cart lengths separate them as they go down into the kink. This is where Giglio has been trying to work up on Saddington. Giglio has the speed down there. Once again, you saw Saddington take a quick look back to see how far behind he was.
Giglio is probably wishing he had that drag reduction system like they do in Formula One to get a boost to get by him. Saddington, you can see he has a GoPro mounted right up on that front nose cone, just sort of where his hands would be on the steering wheel. Just forward of that, you can see a little black spot. Giglio, we can't quite see it, but boy, those two are going at it again. Giglio running out of time here, but for now, you can see Saddington taking that quick peek back. Where are you, Luke? And for now, the closest of margins, just about 1/10 of a second.
John, you and I have both seen chain races where you have 2 or 3 race cars chained together. It almost looks like that's what we got going on right now. It looks like there's a tow bar hooking those 2 guys together on some parts of this racetrack. They're going strong. There's 4 laps to go in this one, or maybe 3.5 laps at this point.
There's
Oh, look
that
at Giglio. Comes up and bumps Saddington once again. They go into 9. Is he trying to loosen him up? What's he trying to do? He's right there behind Saddington as they come off 9.
Bump and run coverage
Oh!
down the back straightaway as we
Giglio!
see Giglio move to the lead as Saddington swings wide. So maybe Saddington was hearing some footsteps that time, so moves Giglio to the point. But now Saddington is right there as they're going down into turn 15.
Man, Joseph Saddington working on Giglio right now. They are right together. They go into turn 16. Giglio will come out of this. Well, I say he's going to be the leader. Let's see if he comes by as the leader. Yes, he will. Last time I said that, Saddington sneaked by him right before they got to the flag. But right now, it's Giglio. They got a slow cart. They got to work around.
That's Ruben Greer. You'll note from the highlight package earlier, Greer was the 20 that really made hard impact into the car that was spun on the initial start. So it's good to see Greer back out there. That car had a lot of damage, I can imagine, so it's good to see some repairs affected as our leaders are coming up on, I believe that's Ryan DeHoney, and they slide to the inside. So now Giglio leads, Saddington in second with less than 3 laps to go. You can see Giglio sawing on the wheel to get through turn 9. Saddington right in his tire tracks. Now Saddington has to try to make Giglio hear some footsteps behind him as they head up to 14.
Saddington is so smooth. You have not seen him saw on the wheel like you have Giglio all day long. But it's still Giglio in the lead right now. They go into turn number 16. It's Giglio and Saddington heading out of 17. And we are coming to 2 laps to go right now.
So in the waning laps here, what does Saddington have to do to get by Luke Giglio? Luke's been second twice today, and you just know in his heart he doesn't want to make it a third time. So Giglio bobs up the hill to get a little more momentum as they head over the crest of 3 and through turn 4. And that may be Giglio's biggest lead of the day, about 3 kart lengths as they sweep through the kink.
Wow, it's Giglio up front. Saddington trying to chase him down. Now we've got a lap and a half to go. So Saddington has done it before. He's gotten by Giglio earlier today. Can that happen here at the end? Well, of course it can. But let's see what Giglio has to say about this. They head up the hill. Giglio looking back to see where Saddington is.
Saddington, he doesn't have to look very far. Saddington is right there as they sweep through 13 and 14.
Ooh.
Normally, turn 9 is the best passing on the track, but for these guys, 16 and 17 has also been a spot, and that's where they're going to go one more time. Now at this point, they will put 11 on the board and see that white flag. 17 turns left to decide our first final today.
And John, it's been exciting because we've seen passes happen between 17 and the checkered flag today. So even in that straightaway area down there, sometimes that drag race ensues and somebody else comes up with the win after they led coming off 17.
Giglio might have gotten a little squirrely off 4, so Saddington might have a run down the back straightaway as Giglio plays defense down the inside of the back straightaway.
Yeah, he's looking to the inside. Saddington goes high. Here they come. Final time through turn number 9. Giglio, is he going to saw on the wheel? Yes, he is. Saddington coming to the inside. Oh, my. Joseph Saddington has taken that spot away from Luke Giglio. They come up into 14.
Giglio played defense, and that set him up for the crossover. But here comes Giglio down to the inside of 14, slices in front of Saddington. 2 more turns to go. Who's going to win it? Take us home, Charles.
Wow, it's going to be a fantastic finish. Giglio, Saddington goes to the inside. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be a photo of Saddington with the win. My, oh my, what a finish. As Joseph Saddington comes back once again and beats Luke Giglio at the line. Oh, gracious. What a win it was for Joseph Saddington. What an outstanding last lap. John, my goodness.
Well, Giglio looked a little squirrely off 4. You could see the run that Saddington got, and then Giglio, for the first time in the race, played defense on the inside of turn 9. Well, by playing defense, it made him go wide on the corner, and Saddington seized that opening and went, he got back in front. Giglio takes the lead once more, but Saddington is able to pull to the front coming through turn 17. So a few swappings of the lead there just on the final lap.
Look at the faces of these little kids. Look how teeny they are. Man, they're out there putting on adult action competition and racing hard, and you look at them and they're wee little guys. Man, what a great race between those two. Can't say it enough. That was one of the best races of the day, and hopefully they'll even get better as we go. Let's check it out now. We're going to see this action. Look at this.
That's the final lap where you see Giglio shield to the inside of 9, but then he slides wide through the middle, and there comes Saddington to take the lead, at least for the moment, as they go through the S's, but only by the smallest of margins. Now we see them up through 12. Or Giglio had gotten, or excuse me, that's Saddington. Now we see Giglio get a huge run off of 12, and he, no holds barred, just does one of those send it moves up the inside. And Charles, at this point, I thought Giglio had it set. He slid in front, but it was off that last corner that Saddington was able to find one last bit of reserves to get to the checkered flag first.
Wow, what a last lap. What a last 3 or 4 turns in that one for these guys. As Saddington gets the win, Giglio in second position. Just an outstanding race. You know, you wish you could put them both on the top of the podium because that's such a good race and such a good finish.
I want to see 10 more laps out of those kids.
Yeah.
Put on a show. All right, next group rolling on track. Our tag seniors, you're going to see the speed pick up a notch as we're seeing those 2-stroke engines, water